You know Albert Einstein, right? And he says, you can live every moment as if it's a miracle or never, no moments. So that's what this song is about. I chose to live every moment. It was a better idea. What if every moment was a miracle? Every single moment. Ooh, every cell within me is a miracle. Each and every breath, breathe. Ooh, I say go high. The storm will soon pass. I say go high. The storm will soon pass. How's the sound quality for you guys? It's all right? Okay. Was a miracle. Every door that did close was love. I'm choosing to be clear now. We are miracles. I'm choosing to reveal light. Ooh, I say go fly. Are you flying? The dark reveals light. I say go fly. The dark reveals light. Supermoon, partial lunar eclipse, harvest moon, corn moon, which is good because we're kind of corny. I had to do that one. Every moment, it was a miracle. Every single moment, ooh, every cell within me is a miracle. Each and every breath, breathe. She's already flying, we're flying, right? And this thing about miracle, it's like, you know what? I had a health challenge and I kept saying, you know what? Move through me, light move through me. Every cell of my body is a miracle, move through me. And guess what? I'm cool, everything's cool. You know, because that's it. That's it. When something happens, then we're like, oh, wait a minute, well, science of mind, do I really believe it? Do I really believe that light can move through me, that God can move through me, can heal me? And then I say, yes, I do. Even if I'm shaken when I pray. I'm shaken when I pray. God, help me. And so then I'm just grateful. Okay, so I talked all that talk, and now we have time for another song. I don't know. Yes. Yes. Is Florence here yet? We're going to sing until Florence gets here. Okay, I'm just playing. I'm kidding. She is so magnificent. You know, I've known her for many years. And she actually, I've had vocal lessons with her. And she's really helped me to set myself free vocally. Hey, that rhymed. You know what I'm saying? A little rhyme there. I wrote this song during the pandemic because, I was feeling lonely. I was like, what do I do, God? And so I started writing. Wow, the sun shines bright in my head. Wow, the sun brings life. I breathe it in. I breathe it in. I breathe it out. And there's a sneaking possibility that I create my world with my intent. And how I wake up every morning feeling grateful I'm alive, that is the key, right? Just be. Just being in that flow. Just be. Whoa, I'm being lifted up. Oh. In my dreams I'm flying high. Oh, just be. And there are moments when I call upon the angels. Will they cloak me with their grace? They protect my every movement as I'm walking in the world. It's not a race. Just be. I love this community, P.S. Just, I can feel y'all. It's such a beautiful, beautiful community. Hello. Here we go. Oh, don't go it all alone. No. Hey. Angels, they bring clarity. Oh. Don't go it all alone. Don't go it all alone. Ooh. Just be. Yes. Just be.
Welcome to Spiritual Unity Movement. We are so thrilled and blessed and feel our hearts are full already after listening to Andrea and Billy. Wow. They're going to be back for another extended little set, and I'll give you their bios then, but you already know they're fabulous, right? Wow, amazing, amazing. So we are here tonight to receive and radiate spiritual energy. The full moon is a powerful time when folks across the globe gather with like-minded people to receive and invoke spiritual inspiration. It is an opportunity to express our intentions towards healing our planet. This is a time when our efforts are so needed and appreciated. Every breath you take is an act of healing. Our mission here at I almost said Centers for Spiritual Living. No, this is a Center for Spiritual Living, but we are Spiritual Unity Movement. And we are here at the time of the full moon. And our mission is, are we getting a slide? What, you can't hear me?
Yeah, a little closer.
Oh, closer. Okay. Our mission is it? Our mission is to celebrate the spiritual unity of all life and raise the consciousness of light and love through community meditation and education, and to inspire and empower those who attend the World Healing Meditation ceremonies and all of humanity with the life-transforming experience of healing, oneness, and unity. We are saving our planet. So we're excited about hearing about this full moon in a few minutes from Liz, and hearing from Jay Willick a little later on. It's going to be a fabulous night. I'm thanking each and every one of you for being here and being present with us. Before we go any further, we have clipboards that if we don't have your updated information, if it's changed, or if we don't have your information at all, please give us your email address and your phone number so that we can make sure you know when we're here, because it's never at the same time of the month or the same day of the month, so that gets confusing. In fact, Tuesday night, we haven't been here for a while on a Tuesday. I just learned there's new classes starting and other things, so I think next month we're here on Thursday. So that, yeah, Thursday, October 17th. We'll talk about that later. Well, we have a healing box. It hasn't arrived with Miss Florence yet, but if you have a prayer request, we have prayer request cards in the back. So we have she has a group of, I don't know, I think 50 to 100 healers that pray over our prayer list every month. So if you have a prayer request, write it down, and we'll get it to Florence when she gets here. I think that might do it for our opening. Just a quick mention that we are a 501c3, and for all of those that are here on Zoom, there's a place in the chat if you would like to donate to us, and I'll talk more about that later, but we thank you for your donations. And we are an all-volunteer board. We've been doing this for over 20 years as all volunteers. So at this time, Dina, do you want to come up, and we will do our opening ritual.
Thank you, Nancy. Good evening, everyone. It's really, really a joy and a pleasure to see all of you. I am definitely working hard to contain myself. But at this time, we move into our opening ritual. We ask that you turn your cell phones all the way off. And mine, Frank, can you turn off my cell phone, please? Because even if they're on vibrate, we can still feel that and hear that vibration while we're meditating. So let's all take a nice deep breath together. And we'll do that twice more. And just take in as deep a breath as you can and let it all out. We're going to slow things way down. Your next breath, deeper, even still. Let it all go when you're ready. And just let go. drop in. We begin our full moon meditation this evening with an invocation. Great Mother, Father God and Goddess, be with us here now. Hold this space sacred from which we may do our work. Open our hearts to your golden light, that we may radiate love into the hearts of all. Open our minds to your divine knowing, that we may radiate understanding into the minds of all. Open our spirits to your infinite presence, that we may radiate awareness into the spirits of all. One heart, one mind, one spirit, unlimited and indivisible. Be still and know I am God. Acknowledging that spirit is one and the paths to God are many. In our opening ritual, we will honor the world's religions and the many, many names of God with a quote from each religion on the topic of love. A bell will be rung and a candle lit as the name of divinity is sounded for each of the major religions of the world, after which we will sound the Om. Om is an ancient sacred tone, a deepening. Sounding the Om allows an intoning of grace, balance, and empowerment. There is no right or wrong way. Simply relax into your own tone, open to the nuances of this sacred sound as it moves through you. Our opening ritual will conclude with all of us sounding the Om several times, each on your own note, in your own time, in a continuing free-form rhythm, creating a beautiful tapestry of healing sound. We honor all religions as expressions of the one God, Great Spirit, divine essence. May the wellspring of love find in us an unimpeded channel. In the sacred tradition of Taoism, the Tao, Spirit arms us with love. In the sacred tradition of Hinduism, Ishvara, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, one best worships the Lord through love. In the sacred tradition of Buddhism, Lord Buddha, cultivate a heart of love. In the tradition of the sacred feminine, the goddess in all her forms, the divine mother loves, nurtures, and sustains all. They need to be covered from the vent. Let's join in another Om, shall we? Om. In the sacred tradition of Judaism, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and your neighbor as yourself. In the sacred tradition of Christianity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God is love. In the sacred tradition of First Nations, people of all lands, love is the medicine that holds all life together. In the sacred tradition of Islam, this is love: to fly toward a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. Good job. In the sacred tradition of all other religions, and you may now together say additional names of divinity that you would like to invoke. Now let us uncross our legs and close our eyes if they are not closed already. Take a long, deep breath in and out. And in and out. Take your time. And as you take another deep breath in, relax and let go of the day. Let go of the people, the challenges, and just be. When you are ready, put your feeling attention into your heart center and relax. And over your head, imagine a bright, warm sun floating down. Its rays are emanating down into the crown of your head. And the sun is releasing a pure white light. This light is now floating down, filling your head and your neck. It floats across your shoulders, down your arms, and out your hands, filling your torso. Your organs are enveloped in this pulsating, purifying light of the sun. As the sunlight flows down your body, through your legs, and out the bottoms of your feet, it washes away all impurities, all imperfections, all pain and dis-ease, deep into the central core of the earth, And your body is filled with divine energy. Right now, you are whole, perfect, and complete. And as the light continues to energize, pulsate, and vibrate, allow it to expand out through your auric field. And as you continue to feel the perfection of your light body, allow it to expand and fill this room with divine essence. Continue to expand your awareness and divine essence outside of this building. Imagine and intend that you are now blessing all of the valley, all of Los Angeles and surrounding communities with this pure golden light. And we reach out with our consciousness to all of California, all of the United States, and we allow it to flow out across the globe, enveloping Mother Earth and all of her beings with the pure divine essence. The white light of perfection is now vibrating and pulsating, connecting all beings on the planet who gather with conscious intent to heal, balance, harmonize, and unify the islands of light, which is what we are. We have now set the vibrational tone for this ceremony. So slowly and gently, bring your awareness back to the room, to the present time. Give yourself a nice deep breath. And go ahead and begin to open your eyes, taking your time. And now for the message of the moon.
Well, hello everybody. Can you hear me? Yes. I can talk louder. No, that's good. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so happy fall, right? Like what? A week ago it was 1,000,000 degrees, and it's not now. So woo. Yeah, and this is our harvest moon, right? This is like the fall equinox full moon. It's also, I think you mentioned, there's an eclipse, right? There's a partial eclipse of the moon. So as the leaves slowly begin to turn and the air grows crisp, September's full moon beckons us to step outside and in sync with nature. The harvest moon of September, with its brilliant glow, right? It's our last supermoon of the year, invites us to savor the beautiful shift of seasons. For those of us who find solace in nature, the glowing moon is not just a sight to behold, but it's steeped in spiritual meaning and rich with stories passed down through the ages. The harvest moon gets its name from its age-old role in the farming calendar, right? It rises around the time of the autumn equinox, casting a helpful light over the fields, aiding the farmers working late into the night. This moon is a time for reflection and a reminder to honor the natural cycles that guide us. So it will be its fullest actually in about 10 minutes, which is pretty awesome. So as you leave here tonight, be sure to check it out. Like last night, it was fabulous. Like it looked full last night, but it's actually going to be full at 7:35. And the partial eclipse ends at 8:15, so we might miss that. In our busy lives, the full moon in September offers us a moment to slow down and pay homage to life's changes. Its warm golden light is a perfect backdrop for a quiet, reflective walk, joyous gatherings such as this, right? And to celebrate life's bounty. Embrace renewal, release what no longer serves you, always good advice on a full moon. Celebrate abundance and welcome prosperity into your life. Fruition is the key word of this full moon. Like the moon, we're ever changing, forever cycling through phases of growth, realization, and renewal. I feel like the energy of this full moon is much gentler than last month, right? Last month was super intense for some reason. So there were a lot of planets converging. Like we've kind of come out of that cycle and we're more into this cycle of renewal, rejuvenation, and growth. So enjoy some time outside this week, right? And enjoy the full moon. Thanks.
Oh. Okay, body time. Time to stand. It's been a very long day, and we've come here with magnificent energy, I might say. This is your time to let it move around. Move the arms, fingertips and toes. Let your body and your head get into it. Hips always need some movement, so let's go. We are singing Om Shanti. Let there be peace in my mind. Let there be peace in the earth. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. I like the rattle. Peace within my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind, God and only God I live to see. Peace within my mind, God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, louder. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Louder. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. Peace within my heart. Peace within my heart, God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart, God and only God I live to see. Peace within my heart, God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart, God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Peace within the earth. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Just a little faster. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Beautiful. Thank you. I love your voice. It's amazing.
So is this microphone working well? Okay. It sounded a little muffled when Liz was reading, and we want to hear every word. So, and now you want to hear every word because I'm going to introduce our musicians for the night, Andrea Lane and Billy Shank. I have their bio I'm going to read. One people, one love. Singer, songwriter, actress Andrea Lane is a multidimensional artist who tours with her husband, now we know, Billy Shank. Together, their songs represent freedom, transformation, and social consciousness. Just what we're about here. Thank you, Florence, for getting them here tonight. Andrea has numerous releases that can be streamed on any major music streaming platform. Billy is also a featured speaker and an award-winning author. His latest book is called I'll Probably Go to Hell for This, Musings of a Modern Day Heretic. Andrea's sound is like Lady Gaga meets John Lennon for tea on a spiritual retreat. Her song Reparations was released in February 2024. Andrea and Billy's, it was here. Latest song, Cosmic Peace, talks about peace and the planet. Visit AndreaLane.org for more info. And so we rock, and so it is. And without further ado, here they are.
Thank you so much. Beautiful, warm welcome. We are just so grateful to be here. And the full moon, I love the full moon. Yeah, it's like releasing what doesn't no longer serves. But this song is called This Time. This time, this life, this reincarnation, if you believe that. This time, God is using me. This time I am trusting more, and I'm surrounded by 1,000 angels. Can I not see all of this beauty? I'm surrounded by 1,000 angels. And can I not feel all of this love? Just trust. I just trust. This time I am open to love. 'Cause this time I am free falling, and I'm surrounded by 1,000 angels. And can I not see all of this beauty? I'm surrounded by 1,000 angels. And can I not feel all of this love? Just trust. I I just trust, just trust, just trust. And it's getting easier, yeah. Stepping out on the skinny branch, and it's getting easier. I'm stepping out on faith, and I just trust. Will you trust? Just trust. Just trust. You know, that little voice, do you trust it? And is it God's voice, or is it, oh my gosh, what's happening? You know, which voice is it? We learn how to discern, right? God's voice, angel's voice, guidance, real guidance, you know. And I think we really know the real guidance. Oh yeah, this song is called Mask. And I wrote it before the pandemic, okay? So during the pandemic, nobody wanted to hear that song. But, you know, it's not about the N95. It's about the masks that we put on to cover our real self. You already knew that, okay. Take off your mask. I can see you anyway. Reveal your glory and all the blessings today. And let the rain wash over your soul. If there's any pain, let it go. Who's gonna run you? The truth or the lies? Which way are you voting? I am voting to fly, and I'll let the rain wash over my soul. If there's any pain, I'm letting go. Grateful, I am grateful. Are you grateful? Ooh, 'cause I'm taking off my mask. You can see me anyway. You can see my glory. You can see my shame. And I'll let the rain wash over my soul. If there's any pain, we're all letting invite you to surrender. Surrender with me. Surrender with me. Surrender. I surrender. 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 Thank you. I love the backgrounds out there. Is that my flow bear? I love you. This song, usually I sing my own songs, but then there's songs that come along and I'm like, oh, I have to sing that song. And this was written by a really good friend of mine. I'm sure you know her, Ricky Byers. Anyway, one of her greatest songs. She has a lot of songs. And if you feel like singing in the background, you can. Yeah. In my pain, there inside my weakness is the seed of something greater in me, and the shame of not choosing higher, and all the disappointing moments fade into God. No mistakes have been made in God. Oh, all the ways that we seem to fail in God of faith, all fades into God. Yeah. Yeah. No choice, a prisoner of anguish in a jail of I'm so lonely. A jail of all is lost, but the stars are shining to remind us a seed will need the darkness to change into new life. No mistakes have been made in God. Oh, all the ways that we seem to fail in God of faith, it all fades into God. Yeah. Yeah. In God is the gravity that holds me together. In God is the orbit in which I spin. I see the stars and I remember to remember. Inside my pain is the seed of my strength. God is my life. In God is such excellence. All the ways we seem to fail in God of faith, all fades into God. No mistakes have been made in God. Oh, all the ways we seem to fail in God of faith, it all fades into Okay, we're going to end it up on another really cool songwriter. His name is Bobby McFerrin. Do you know this song? Do you know this song? You better sing. Go ahead and sing with me. Hey. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In this world you might find some trouble. If you worry, you might be double. Don't worry. Be happy. Woo, ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all can stand if you feel like. Ooh, ooh. Do that one again. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Let me hear you say that. Okay, that again. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, everyone.
And now we're going to hear from, we haven't heard from you in a long time here, Reverend Dr. J. Willick, the New Thought guy, is an ordained minister who deeply values Ernest Holmes' tenet, open at the top. This idea fuels his personal mission to inspire others and to live in their greatness. Dr. J received his Doctor of Divinity from the Emerson Theological Institute. He has years of experience and education in the entertainment industry as a professional singer and actor, events management, self-improvement industry, writing and producing and teaching metaphysics, filling his toolbox with much to share. He is the founding spiritual leader of the New Thought Spiritual Center and was formerly the assistant minister and arts minister at the Global New Truth Center, Los Angeles. Through New Thought and ancient wisdom combined with metaphysics, neuroscience, and quantum physics, the tools for a peaceful, loving, and abundant expansion of our world are at hand to reveal the divinity in each and every one of us. Let's bring him up right now.
Okay. It's a lot to say, huh?
That was wonderful.
And I wrote that. Maybe that should be a little shorter. Oh, good. Thank you. So you already spoke about a lot of my first page, but that's okay. That's your job. So tonight, as you've heard and as you know, we celebrate a super duper trifecta corn moon. And we're just 5 minutes into the lunar eclipse right now. It started about 7:44. But I also want to tell you a few of the other names of this moon. It's also called the fruit moon and the barley moon. For those of you who are gluten-free, barley moon is probably better. It's also the end of the Ganesh Chaturthi, which celebrates Ganesha, the Hindu god with the elephant head. And that's the god of beginnings, wisdom, and the remover of obstacles. Who doesn't need a god like that, a remover of obstacles? Throughout the festival that lasted, I believe, not quite 2 weeks, celebrants offer sweets and Vedic hymns and prayers to clay statues of the god Ganesha. And on the last day, which is today, people will carry the statues to a nearby river or the ocean or something and immerse them so that Ganesh can return to his parents, who are the god Shiva and the goddess Parvati. So you can all do that after the service. Now, this is also the Honey Offering Moon Festival, if you happen to be living in Thailand, the Mooncake or Reunion Festival Moon in China, and in Japan, there is a festival going on right now called the Potato Harvest Moon Festival, where one offers sweet potatoes to the moon. So hopefully you all brought sweet potatoes, and after the service. It's also in the Islamic calendar, we celebrate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad today. Some calendars said yesterday, my calendar said yesterday, but my research said today. So it's sort of like Shakespeare, we don't quite know which day. I always celebrate it on my birthday, Shakespeare's birthday, because that's the most common day, plus it's also my birthday. So, as you heard, it's a time to embrace your beingness, embracing who you are, the divine beingness that you are, and deeply connecting, which I know you do probably every day, if not every day, but deeply connecting your consciousness to those infinite possibilities that are available in the universe, though tonight shouldn't be any different than any other night. Now, understanding and connecting to this special vibration that's going on because of this supermoon and the lunar eclipse, this whole trifecta, this full moon, will help you remember that you already have everything you need. Right here, right now. Maybe not in the physical, but in the metaphysical, you have everything. Now, for some, I read this moon at this time, could be kind of a bumpy ride for some people. It depends on when you were born and all this kind of astrological stuff. But at its core, this time, this full moon, is a fabulous time to step into a shift in your mindset, a shift or a change in your heart that you've been wanting to do. And how do you do that? Well, as Anthony Newley and Leslie Brickus wrote, if you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world, there's nothing to it. Now, you probably recognize that from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, where they said, come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Very good. Well, that's what I want to talk about today. That's what this moon brought up for me today, imagination. Now, Neville Goddard, anybody hear of Neville Goddard? Neville Goddard could have written that lyric. He was big on imagination. Imagination is kind of the super duper sauce that he taught when he was around teaching his stuff. His name was Neville Lancelot Goddard. Camelot. generally, of course, known as Neville. And here's a great little fact about Neville. He was a Broadway dancer early in his life. He also did some vaudeville in European nightclubs. And then in 1931, he met this Ethiopian rabbi named Abdullah. And Abdullah taught him about the Kabbalah. Now, he also loved the poetry of William Blake. Anybody read some William Blake? Maybe in junior high at the very least. Here's some William Blake. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to mankind, of course, as it is, infinite. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. He also said this fabulous thing. What is now proved was once only imagined. What is now proved was once only imagined. So when anybody usually talks about imagination and feelings and putting those together to bring the physical from the metaphysical, they're probably talking about something they learned from Neville or lovers of Neville. There are other people who talked about matching imagination and feeling together. Now, I'm talking about feeling. I'm not talking about emotions. You know what the difference is? Emotions kind of happen to you. Feelings are things you have, and you are in control of those. He tells a story, Neville, about not having enough money to go to Barbados to visit his family. And his teacher, Abdullah, told him, live as though you are there, and you shall be. So Neville's wandering the streets of New York City, and he's walking through his aim, as he says. And he adopted this feeling that he was really and truly at home on his native island and assumed that he traveled there first class. If you're going to imagine big. On a December morning before the last and final ship was to depart New York for Barbados for the year, Neville received a letter that morning from a long out-of-touch brother, and inside of it was $50 and a ticket to sail. And because of this, he wrote, it is imperative to assume the feeling that one's goal has already been attained. It is not what you want that you attract. It is the human existence itself. And I've done a whole talk on the word want. Want is a word to remove from your vocabulary. As William Blake wrote, the imagination is not a state, meaning a state of mind, or even a state of being. It is the human existence itself. So harvesting your imagination is an essential part of the art of manifestation. Now, some say that imagination is a childish act. In 1 Corinthians 13:11, it said, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, of course a man wrote that, when I became a man, I put away childish things. But imagination is not a childish thing. Listen to something Albert Einstein said. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Some may decry this imagination work with something like, I deal with facts when I'm in life, not fantasy, not delusion or hallucination. Well, imagination may not be a fact as most would define that word fact, but it is a precursor to one. It's a precursor to fact. Oh, listen to this quote. I'll tell you who it's from in a minute. Life itself is an activity of imagining. The world originates in a divine activity identical with what we know ourselves as the activity of imagination. The task being to open the immortal eyes of man inward into the worlds of thought, into eternity, ever expanding in the bosom of God, the human imagination. Reality is not stable or immutable. It is an endless becoming. And only by imaginatively projecting yourself into that flux, giving yourself up to it, removing your masks, could you ever discover what it really is. Very metaphysical. Who said that? Professor Finlay Morrison from the School of Chemistry, University of St. Andrews, Scotland. It's not something we see when we use our imagination as something that is in our present circumstance out here. It's something we find in our upcoming circumstance from here, from within, from inside. It's reflective, like contemplation. It's a spiritual practice, imagination, like prayer and meditation. Imagination is about visualizing the end result and how you feel about that end result, envisioning the experience using all your senses, no matter what it is. When you're imagining a new car, what does it smell like? What does it feel like tactically? What does it sound like? Of course, what does it look like? You use all your senses, no matter what it is. If you're looking for a new or better relationship at work with someone, with your boss, with your employees, what does that smell like? Who thinks of something like that way? But you must. It's an all-body, full, holistic experience. Now, we don't get into the how, of course. The how is up to the universe. The universe will figure out who gets put here and what money comes from where and all that stupid stuff. Let the universe figure that out. You just be in the moment. You just be in that experience that you have decided is going to show up next. Harvesting your imagination is essential in the art of manifestation. It pushes you to unlearn what you've been told, to ask different questions and grow beyond who you thought you were. It's the solution mechanism in crisis management imagination, those who have worked in leadership. Crisis management, you got to imagine, think out of the box. Also in scientific experiments and hypothesizing, they're using their imagination to go, well, what if, if this was here and this was there and I did. All of that is from imagination. Now, others may say, it's bad enough I have to dream at night. Why do I have to waste time during the day daydreaming? It's a waste of time. But as Shakespeare said in The Tempest, we are such stuff as dreams are made on. Even Carl Jung emphasized the importance of dreams to the unconscious mind. In fact, The Sewing Machine, the songs Yesterday and Satisfaction, we're all of the age that we know those two songs. The Theory of Relativity, Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein, the scientific method that René Descartes put together, the double helix structure of the DNA, all of those were discovered through imagination in a dream state. All of them. I'm not asking you to just dream or daydream, though their first step, imaginative practices. I want you to actually imagine, feel, and experience in mind, body, and gut. Don't forget the gut. The gut is important. The gut, did you know there's a brain in your gut? Okay, I won't go into it then. In mind, body, and gut, what you have decided to show up next in your life, whatever that is. Have a listen to who is known as the oh-so-logical mystic judge, Thomas Troward. Thomas Troward was a judge in India, and when he retired from that, he became a painter and wrote philosophy. And he was very important in the New Thought movement after Ralph Waldo Emerson in the mid to late 1800s. But he wrote this. Now, what we require to see is the creative process has only one way of working, and that is by reciprocity or reflection, or as we might say, by the law of reaction and action. The action always being equivalent and correspondent to the action which generated it. The action he's talking about comes in a full-on state of imagination. That's an action. Yeah, you want to walk the talk too. But it starts in the imagination and the feeling behind that, by taking a deep dive into the infinite possibilities that are available in the universe for every single one of us. No matter what, no matter who, no matter where you live, no matter how much money you've had, have, or don't have. It matters not. Where you were born matters not. Imagination is the language of the eureka or the aha moment. It is the icing on the cake of the demonstration you are about to have. Now, our brain is a dynamic workplace. All 3 pounds, 100 billion neurons, and the 100 trillion connections within those neurons, popping every moment, every day, even while you're sleeping. And we must use the physical nature of this organ to reach into our consciousness and tap into the metaphysical powers of imagination. Now, how do I do that? What if I haven't done that since I was this high? Well, neurobiology teaches us several ways to ignite our imagination. We'll just do 4. 1, exercise. Ms. Yoga back there. Exercise. Ralph Waldo Emerson said of Henry David Thoreau, the length of his walk uniformly made the length of his writing. If shut up in the house, he did not write at all. Henry Miller, novelist, was an avid endurance cyclist. Who knew? He wrote, most writing is done away from the typewriter, away from the desk. I'd say it occurs in the quiet, silent moments while you're walking or shaving or playing a game or whatever. You're working. Your mind is working on this problem in the back of your head. So when you get back to the machine, it's a mere matter of transfer. I bet you that happens to you in songwriting. Joyce Carol Oates, another fabulous novelist, who's a devoted runner, wrote, running seems to allow me, ideally, an expanded consciousness in which I can envision what I'm writing as a film or a dream. I rarely invent at the typewriter, but recall what I've experienced. Exercise, even walking. 2, give yourself permission to imagine. Some of us still are into, that's kind of a kid thing, isn't it? No. Give yourself permission, and let me tell you why. Some of the most notable people in the world, such as Professor Albert Einstein and Sir Isaac Newton, came up with their best ideas when they weren't actively trying to think of it. In fact, Einstein, and I know this because I've done a lot of research because I wrote a play about Albert Einstein and Ernest Holmes, who actually had dinner together once in 1951 or 2 up in Pasadena at Caltech. Einstein had a house up there. Oh, I don't want to get into that too much, but anyway, Einstein always talked about he did his best thinking while he was playing the violin. Number 3, challenge perception. Visual perception is 80% memory and 20% input from your eyes. Isn't that interesting? Because we are perceiving based on our beliefs and our opinions and our judgments too about what we're seeing. So we need to start looking without our eyes and seeing with our other senses. A gentleman named Christopher Berger, who was the lead author of a study at Sweden's Karolinska Institute, published a scientific article in the journal Current Biology, and he said this: what this study shows is that our imagination of a sound or a shape changes how we perceive the world around us. In the same way, actually hearing that sound or seeing that shape does. Specifically, we found that what we imagine hearing can change what we actually see, and what we imagine seeing can change what we actually hear. So using all of your senses, all of the time, in a different way. Try listening to music without the ears. Just feel the vibrations as if you were deaf. It's a whole new experience. Number 4, last one, voice it. So, got imagination things going, it's not quite feeling right, and you need to just do something different. Sing about it. Make up a song about your next experience. Nobody's going to hear you. Do it in the shower where you dance and sing anyway. Have a pretend telephone conversation about it. Yeah. Pick up the phone and go, hello, Susie. Did I tell you what just happened to me? La, 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 whatever it is. You can make up what they're going to say back to you. Voice is connected to emotion and feelings. So as we voice things, our body starts feeling it. I'm going to go on a small tangent. In the acting world, when you're doing what they call a reading, so a lot of times a new script will show up and they'll just gather everyone around and they do this every week in a sitcom or other shows of the like. They have a table read, they call it, okay? So all the cast and the producers and the writers sit around a table and they just read the script. Well, they've never probably seen it before. So it's a cold reading, as they call it. Well, we're taught in acting school that you never put feeling into it. So you don't want to infuse something that might not belong in the scene or the script because you're just kind of acting. You're acting. You don't want to do that. You just want to say the words. Specifically, we found what we imagine hearing can change what, and then let it inform you. So that's what the voice starts doing. It starts informing you as you hear these words from other people, from yourself, and then the feelings start happening. That's what we're talking about here. Allow the voice to connect you to emotions and feelings about this new adventure you're going on, because they're connected to your imagination, and all are connected to your consciousness, belief, and that's where the power of manifestation lies. Imagination is a spiritual sensation. Enter the image of the wish fulfilled. Another word I don't like, wish, but we'll let it pass. Then give it sensory vividness and tones of reality by mentally acting as you would act if it were a physical fact, says Neville. Change your perspective, change your perception, change your life. Imagination is the fuel to change, the fuel to expand, the fuel to create. Embrace the wisdom of raising your havingness. You know what I mean by that? Raise your havingness of that, whatever that is. Whether it's a thing or peace of mind or something of that ilk. Raise your havingness to manifesting your future by imagining it happening right now. Know how it feels to touch it, what it looks like, how it makes you feel, what it smells and sounds like. Even if you don't think those sensations match what you're talking about. What does peace of mind smell like? It smells like something. Because when you go to a certain place, you smell a certain flower, you're in a certain field, you're in a certain bakery, boy, do you have peace of mind. Yes, because of that smell. The sweet smell of the cake, the sweet smell of the flowers, the sweet smell of the just mowed grass. Let what you have decided to show up next in your life take up space and live in your mind. Every day, every moment of your day until it shows up. As St. Francis of Assisi said, while you are proclaiming peace with your lips, be careful to have it even more fully in your heart. Imagination frees you from the bondage of that obnoxiously loud shadow that all of us have one time or another in our lives called lack, limitation, dis-ease, and not enoughness. All of that is crap that we buy into. I've done it too. You're not alone. St. Francis also said this. A single sunbeam is enough to drive away many shadows. Imagination is that single sunbeam, there for you to play with and transcend make-believe into do-believe. There to give birth to the evolution, revolution, resolution, and distribution of your greatest life, whatever you have decided that is. The corn moon, also called the harvest moon, of course. Now is the perfect time, because of this full moon, to harvest your decisions, harvest your declarations, harvest your revelations of the next experience you're going to have in your life, and harvest the vision, the image, and the feeling of having that experience happening right now, right this second. Plant the seed and make the call. The universe is waiting and the law is listening. Yes. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Good evening. My name's Burl, and I'll be leading the World Healing Meditation tonight with this drum. There we go. Meditating with the drum is like pretty much most meditation techniques in that it uses a focus for the conscious mind, something to occupy it, something to it can hold on to, so that it stops listening to that voice in our head that chatters away all day. And deprived of conscious attention by our focus, the chatterbox will quiet down and become still. In that moment of stillness, I experience pure awareness and a connection, or a sense of connection, to the greater whole. And for me, that's what meditation is all about. This is our world healing meditation tonight. So this is when we do the work that we came here to do, the healing our planet. So I'd like everyone to relax, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and release. Once more, a nice deep breath and release. Now I ask that you focus on listening. Give the drum 100% of your conscious attention, ignoring the chatterbox, allowing it to quiet down and become still. Focus on listening. Since this is our world healing meditation, when you reach that place of stillness and connection, open up your hearts, allow healing energy to pour through, radiate out into our lives. Across our planet. Healing all who are in need. deep breath. Exhale. Aware of your body. Sitting there in the chair. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes, alert and aware. Here.
Whew. Wow. I say this, I think, every month, but I mean, this was fabulous, fabulous evening. Thank you, Andrea and Billy and Reverend Dr. J. Willick. Woo! So now is the time when we like to say our closing invocation together, and I think tonight is up here. So thank you, Frank, for all these beautiful slides tonight. This is the first time we've had them on the screen, and I love it. And luckily this is big print because my glasses are back there. So together, let's invoke this together. Father, Mother, God and Goddess, thank you for the blessings we have received. Be with us now as we leave this sacred space and move forth into our daily lives, taking the energy generated here tonight out into our homes, our work, the people we love, and all we touch. May we be your open channels into this world each day. Aho, so it is. Ooh. I don't know if I can thank these people enough for coming tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to tell them. Just briefly again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, all volunteer organization. So if you didn't have a chance when you came in to put a donation in, we asked for $20. We say we will accept donations of all denominations. It's so we can gather once a month at this beautiful time of the full moon. You know, it takes $300 or $400 for us to put this on every month. So we just thank you, thank you, thank you. We love giving CSL Granada Hills, you know, paying them for this space. We love giving a very small, really, in today's world, honorarium to our speakers and our musicians. So they come because they love it too, and they want to be with us. And we have liability insurance, and, you know, it goes on and on. It doesn't matter, just so we can light these candles, you know. So, you know, so we love you. We love doing these, and we're going to continue doing them. But thank you. Thank you for whatever donation you can give to us. And speaking of donations, Andrea and Billy, and at least Andrea, has her CDs out. When we're running, when we're really on time, after the closing ritual, Andrea will go through those doors, and her CDs are there, and you all can go, and they're for, I heard you say? A donation, love offering. So if you want to talk to her and look at her CDs and take her home with you, who wouldn't, right? Please do that, and we will start putting the chairs back together. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Our next full moon ceremony is Thursday, October 17th, right here with speaker Andrea Lane, amazing woman, and an amazing musician who lives right here in Granada Hills, Darius Lux. If you have never heard him, he is fabulous. So it'll be another beautiful night on another beautiful full moon. So come back 1 month from now on October 17th, and we will send you reminders this next month. What did I say? Okay, Thursday, October 17th. Yes. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for me right now. We're so glad, Flaubert, we didn't get to hear from you, and Andrea was talking about you and your beautiful voice and voice lessons from you. So we're so honored. In fact, would the board, our all volunteer board, please stand up. Dina, Florence, our president Frank, Burl, Liz is our. So thank you. And now I will turn this back over to Dina, and we will have our closing ritual. Yes. Thank you, Burl, for that meditation. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was. Okay, so the smile I'm wearing is the smile I'm taking home. I'll probably be sleeping with this smile on, too, because, excuse me, it was so good! Okay, that was a little much. It was so good. All right, so now it'll get peaceful and quiet again. We're about to have our closing ritual. If there's anyone else who would like to make a yip like I just did, feel free. But otherwise, let's take a nice deep breath. And as we come to the close of our full moon ceremony this evening, let us take a moment and just savor the centered focus of energy that we together have generated here this evening. And remember that as you let your own light shine, you simultaneously give others permission to do the same. Not that they need it, but they do sometimes. Clearly knowing yourself as an instrument of light, a being of spirit, you add one more grain of sand to the scales that hold the balance for our global future. And know that at a certain point, one grain of sand can tip the scales. And we, in this very moment, are and have done that. We are the grains of sand. I would like to invite the candle lighters to come forward to form a circle around the candle table. And as they do, you can all now come and stand as well. Join the candle lighters. And if there's anyone that would or is in need of healing today, please step forward. And you can move yourself into the center. Let us embody the spiritual power that has been generated and received from the forces of light that guide this service. Let us focus that energy into the group center, allowing it to rise up, and then we pour this blessing out into our world, extending its positive healing effect throughout the awareness of humankind and the consciousness of our planet. Together, we will sound an extended freeform Om. And as the sacred tone pours through you, feel yourself participating, drawing this healing love energy deeply into yourself and sending it out into your life and into our world. As we sound the Om, let us consciously extend our blessing to our planetary life, Mother Earth, including the animals, the trees, the air, and the water, as well as to all those who are in need of healing. And for those we would like to include in this healing circle, we speak their names together silently or audibly now. And with power, love, and intelligence, let us send out this healing light energy to transform the consciousness of humankind. Please join me in a free-form Om. Oh was beautiful. Blessings and good night. Am I